Hey, how y'all doing? This week I took sick, and I just want to speak about that for a minute, not to glorify the sickness, but to speak that this sickness was not from God. Did this sickness draw me to God? No. I didn't want to read my Bible. Did it make me more loving? No. As a matter of fact, it made me more selfish because all I thought about was myself. You know, I even took a day off work, which meant other people had to do my job. That's not godly. That's not God's best. Did God want me to rest? Yes, of course he wanted me to rest. But the fact of the matter is that his best would have been for me to be well and to have done my job and to be out there in the world reaching and touching others. Sickness is not from God. In Galatians 3:13 it says Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law. And if we look in Deuteronomy 28 from the verse 14 over to 28, it lists the curse of the law. It lists the sicknesses under it. As a matter of fact, there's a verse that says every disease that is not mentioned in here is under this. Don't kid yourself. Sickness is not from God. Now, what can tend to happen is when we get sick, we can tend to draw to God because God will reach out to us in that time, but he didn't cause it. I heard a lady this week, I heard something about she had a car accident and that God had caused that car accident. No, I'm sorry. God did not cause the car accident. God did not cause the car accident. God reached out afterwards to help you. But it was not God causing the car accident. God does not do that. What kind of a father would do that? God's a God of love. If you think about half the things we accuse God of, he'd be put in jail for child abuse. If a human being did the things that we accuse God of, we'd have him in jail for child abuse and we'd have him locked away forever. God is not vicious God. God is a loving God. God is a God that loves. It says in John 3:16, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes on him should not perish. God doesn't want people going to hell. God doesn't want people sick. God doesn't want people poor. He wants us well. He wants us living thriving lives. If you look in the Old Covenant, healing was part of the Old Covenant. Matter of fact, Jesus said when he healed one lady, he said, ought not this daughter of Abraham have been loosed? Healing was part of the old covenant. Well, here we are in a better covenant. Jesus healed them all. And it says that Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So, child of God, if you're struggling with sickness, recognize that God did not cause it. God is your answer for your way out. Because let me ask you a question. If God caused the sickness and it's God's will for you to be sick, then why are you taking the medication? Why are you fighting the sickness? That would mean you're fighting God's will. So some things to think about this week. Have a great week.